After the first time I bought the video course, from the time I bought till today, I had 5 days, which one is 4 of them are from day game, so basically from live, and one is from Tinder.
So we are here with one of my students that he did the video course from the approach to the bedroom. He also did a live course with one of our official coaches, and so he will tell us now about his story, which results he got. He's an anonymous student, so for privacy we will not tell his name. So what was your starting point, and why you decided to improve your situations with girls?
Okay, so basically, I decided to start to learn more of the seduction world because I had previous experience with girls, and basically I had a relation with a very hot girl, I would say. And after I split up with this girl, I had problems because I had this kind of down phase. So I was telling to myself now where I find an attractive girl like this one, and again, so I was a bit worried about it. So I started to search how to do things better in my life with girls, and I found out that there is kind of more approach, structured approach to girls, and then I decided to buy this coaching. And basically, I started looking at the video course already. And after the first time I bought the video course, from the time I bought till today, I had let's say 5 days, which one is 4 of them are from day game, so basically from live, and one is from Tinder. So this was my starting point. I already had experience with girls before. I had also relation with a girl. I was living before with a girl for 5 years. I also co-lived with this girl. But then basically I was living in another city before, and then I moved to another city, and then I had different experience with a few girls. But then at the end I met this very hot girl. I had 6 months of relation, very intense. I would say these were my most intense relation in my life so far. And after that, I decided to go more into this in this world and understand how to better know girls wherever I want and whenever I want. So I would say this is really something that frees you up. So as a person, you grow because you are not feeling overwhelmed by this thought that says, okay, where I should meet now girls, where I should try to meet them and go out with them, where I can find attractive girls, right? And I have to say this helps a lot because when you start going out, everything can happen. You get to know girls that might be very interesting. So I ended up with this Brazilian girl, was like a Brazilian judge, very hot, and I had an experience with her, which was very difficult. I would say. I think so far this was one of the most difficult I had because I could immediately after. So I met her, and as soon as I met her, I had instant date. In 3 hours, I could already kiss her. Okay, but from the kiss to go to the bed, that was very hard. I would say because first, when I met her, I had logistics not in favor. So basically, when we talk about logistic, we talk about where you have a house, right? Where you sleep, where you have a place where you live. And that day I had very bad logistics, and because I was not in the city where I live, so I ended up not doing anything apart from the kiss. And after that, we were chatting a bit here and there, and then I met her in another city in Italy, and we had kind of different dates because it was like a weekend. So we went out different times, and basically at the end, just the day before she had to leave to go back to Brazil, I could basically stay with her. So this was one of my hardest one that I had, but then I had that's not easy, but also interesting one because I met here in the city where I live a Russian Swiss girl.
In which city do you live for people that are watching?
I I live in Switzerland in Zurich. So basically, I met this girl here, and I approached her. It was my last approach of the day. It was like I did like 8, 9 approach. It was a very good day because usually I would say here there is people, but it's the depends. I mean, I'm also a bit picky with girls. So if I don't really like, I don't approach. So I would say I did like 8, 9 approach, and then after that I said, okay, I do one last one, and then I go home. And and this one last one was the good one because in the end I could meet this girl. I immediately, I mean, she was not really showing emotion like that. She was really attractive, but she was kind of interest. I would say, right? So on that evening, she was already busy because she was just on her way to meet other friends. So I could not go on an instant date with her. But we exchanged numbers, and basically after that, I met her again, and we did like we met on a Saturday, I think, or Friday. I don't remember. I think it was Saturday. So basically, we went on the park. So I prepared like a bottle of wine and some snacks. So I went to the park with her, and we had like this kind of different date because it was not the bar, but we stayed like on the same towel, and we started talking about things. And the cool thing that she was like into manga. She was like how do you say this girl, the ghost girl? I don't remember the exact name, but she dressed like a manga in Japanese character.
Cosplay.
Cosplay, yes, exactly. Cosplay. And when we start talking about that, she showed me like a hot picture of her with other friends, like with a professional photographer taking picture like in lingerie with cosplay dresses. So in that moment, I thought, okay, let me stay calm and let me just do things and try to bring her on. So it was like we had this date, we were talking a bit. So from that moment on, I tried to be a little more closer to her, starting touching and do physical escalation, let's say acceptable in public, nothing really bad. But then as soon as I tried to kiss her already in the park, she rejected my kiss. But I just went on and on without doing anything like physical escalation, just talking a bit more. And it was like already late, and I just said, okay, let's do something. Maybe we can just, I don't live too far away from here, and we can just take something from takeaway and go my home and eat at home, and then we chill a bit. So basically, from the park, we did a walk, very long walk, and then we went to buy this food, and then I was at home with her, and we had this dinner. And basically after the dinner that I had, I was not sure about her because after the fact that she rejected the kiss, I said, okay, let me try to catch the right moment, because I didn't want to do again another rejection. So I know that she was like into salsa and bachata things. So I tried to put some music and try to dance a bit with her. And as soon as I start dancing, I saw her like already in a different mood. And then after 2 times that I danced with her at home, I kissed her, and she was in. She didn't do any kind of objection. And from that moment on, basically we ended up in the bed. So that was also another experience that I had here. And the first this was actually a tiger that she was. I met her like in the street. She was going to meet other friends that night. She basically, I mean, I tried to walk with her because she said, oh, "Look, I am in a hurry and I'm going to meet my friends." And I said, "Don't worry, I just come with you and talk a bit." So I started walking with her, and then I went in front of the bar where these other friends were. And before just going to the bar, I said, "Look, I know that you're busy and everything, but let's just keep in touch because anyway, she was." I would say very nice girl. She was like 41, but she looked like, I don't know, 30 years old, I would say. Something very easy. I think it's common for Asian to look a bit younger.
And
Um,
where she was from, this one exactly?
she was from Thailand.
Okay.
uh, Thailand, and basically she lives here because I mean she is married with a Swiss man, but she told me already that they were just living because she lives in the same house but in different beds, in different rooms, because just she has kids and she wants to stay in the same place, you know, so that she can grow up her kids. So I said to her, okay. I mean, this she told me after when because before we just exchanged the number, and then I went home, and it was like I think on Wednesday, and the day after I have to go to work. But she texted me like at midnight, and it was my first day game really approach that was kind of successful. So I said, okay. She asked me, where are you? I said, I'm home, but I was thinking to go out, and just tell me where you are and then we can catch up. And then I just went to this pub where she was with her friends. And kind of we start chatting a bit. I mean, as soon as I entered and she was with her friends, basically the friend, I think she already knew because as soon as she know me, she was sitting next to her. She stand up and she went to another place and she just let me sit with next to her. So it was kind of I don't know. They already were talking, I think, between each other. And after that, we stayed a bit there. We drink like something in this pub, like a beer. And then I said, okay, let's do something because her friend, one of them went home, and the other was, I think, talking to other men in that pub. So I said, okay, let's do something. Let's go to another place. So I brought her to another bar, and it was Wednesday. There were not too many people out on that evening, also because it was like April, was not really hot weather here. So anyway, we started talking, and she told me about a bit about her story, that she's from a city near Bangkok, and then basically she met this guy, and she moved to Switzerland. She married with this guy, and after that, basically they had like this family, but now there was nothing anymore. And basically, on that evening, I mean, we were talking about our experience and stuff. I could already understand that she was kind of, her relation was broken, and I think at that moment maybe she didn't tell had maybe a friend or a friend that she was going to bed with in bed with. So I tried to pull her home already that night, but basically I think I mean she was a bit playing that night in the sense that we were at home. I offered like a cocktail. I had some gin at home, so I made the gin tonic, and we were chatting a bit and drinking, and then I mean I tried to escalate, but was not really I could do physical escalation, but at certain point she stopped me, and she was playing, saying, "Yeah, you see, I'm not easy person. I'm a difficult one, you know." But I understood that it was just a play on that night. So basically, we just kept in touch, and And then I knew, because she works like as a cook in a restaurant, so she is like in a Thai restaurant. And I told her, look, I would like to try something Thai, and why don't you come to my place? We cook something together. Actually, you show me how to cook pad Thai, and we do something. So she bought all the ingredients. One night we set up this date. She came home, and she cooked for me this pad Thai at my place. So was also a nice experience, because not girl so far, not Asian girl ever cooked to me, I would say, right? So was my first time. So she this pad Thai, and we after that we drink a bit like gin tonic, and then she said, okay, look, I want to. Do you mind if I stay here tonight? I said, no, that's fine. Do you have like a T-shirt? I said, yes, I give you my T-shirt. And then she didn't want kind of really. I mean, I did not escalate actually physically that night, but she just went into bed, and then I went into bed as well, and then the rest, you know what happens. You know, nothing, no real resistance, I would say, with that curve. Um,
Okay, so do you have any other last considerations, any message to the world that you want to say to the people that are watching this video?
yeah, I would really recommend that you learn how to better deal with girls, because I would say I was hanging out with them, but not really. I mean, as long as you unlock yourself, unlock your potential to go and speak with girls that you like, you feel completely different, because you are more, I would say, more self-confident, especially after you starting having real results with girls. And also, this is something that changed your life in a better way, I would say, because girls, I don't know, they understand when you are like kind of needy or where you're not. So if you start meeting several girls also in different periods of your life, you understand how to better deal with them, what works for them, you know, to really get results. And this change your life in much better way. Of course, it doesn't mean that once you start, you have to stop, because there is always something, and girls are unpredictable sometimes. So you cannot really understand really 100%. At least so far, I understand a lot more, but I still have to work on it, because I want to really also improve how my game is at the moment, I would say. But definitely something to recommend to you, because it's a life game changer, I would say.